Hi everyone, it's Julie here. In this video I'm going to be teaching you a really easy technique that you can use whenever you're upset or distressed or angry or you feel guilty about something. I use this with my clients a lot because it's simple for them to learn and they can use it anytime. You don't need to be in a reclining chair or on a couch. Just somewhere where you're comfortable, and for a moment you can close your eyes. This technique incorporates some tapping, and as you might know, there's lots of different sorts of tapping. So there's the original TFT or thought field therapy. Then later on that was adapted, and there's a slightly simpler version called EFT, emotional freedom technique. And this is even easier. It's a more modified version. It's called FASTER EFT. Now I'm going to show you the points in a second, and then we can do it together. But before that, I want you to just close your eyes for a moment. And I want you to think about a really peaceful place. Or maybe somebody that when you're with them, you feel really comfortable. And I want you to get that sense of peace within you. Notice what it feels like in your head and in your body, just how comfortable it feels. And then, when you've got that sense, that peaceful feeling, I want you to take one hand and I want you to grab the wrist of your other hand or your other arm, wrap your fingers around it as you take a deep breath in, and then breathe all the way out so you've got hardly any air left in you. And say peace. And then open your eyes. So just to recall, you're going to imagine somewhere peaceful or somebody that makes you really comfortable and happy. When you feel that way, when you've got those feelings inside you, you're going to take one hand, wrap it around the wrist of your other hand so that the fingers are meeting on that part of your wrist, or almost meeting, if that's better for you. Take a deep breath in, breathe all the way out, and say the word out loud, peace. Now I'm going to show you the places where we're going to tap. Use 2 fingers to tap with. I'm going to take my glasses off so it's easier for you to see. So the first place is the third eye. And it doesn't matter if you use left or right hand. Let's tap there. Outside of the eye, there's a little dent. Under the eye, another little dent. Then on your collarbone. Now you want to be where you would tie a tie, but to the left or right, there's little knobbly bits. Now it doesn't matter again if it's left or right. And if you're not sure, you can use your whole hand to make sure that you get it. Okay? Then you're going to take the deep breath in, grab your wrist again, breathe out all the way, and say the word peace. I'll put my glasses back on. And as we're doing it, you're going to be saying something that relates to you and how you're feeling. So if you're feeling very guilty, and this is one that I use a lot with my pet grief clients who are coming because they're upset because they've had to have their pet euthanized and they feel really guilty about it, and it's making their grief even worse if that's even possible. So I'm going to use guilt as an example, but you can use any negative emotion. All right? So breathe nice and easily. Tap. And as you tap, I want you to say, let that feeling go. Let all that guilt just go. Then move to the side of your eye. Just let it go, all that grief that I've been feeling, all that guilt. Under your eye, that guilt because I wasn't sure if I made the right decision. That guilt because I wish I could have done more tests, or maybe I should have done something differently. Then on your collarbone, anything related to that guilt, just let it go. Breathe in, grab your wrist, breathe out. Peace. And notice what you're feeling. Now, if you make a mental note before you start, well, I mean, you'll know if you're really distressed just how bad you are feeling. But then notice how you're feeling at the end of it. Notice what you're feeling in your body. So that was the practice. Now we're going to do it again. Now I want you to think about that guilty feeling for a moment. The guilt that you've been feeling because you made a decision, or you didn't make a decision, or somebody else made the decision and you wish you'd have done something, or you wish you'd have noticed something. And I want you to notice now in your body where you feel that. Do you feel it in your head? Is it driving you mad in your head? Do you feel it in your heart? Because it's just so upsetting to even think about all that guilt. Do you feel it in your tummy because it gives you butterflies, or you get an upset feeling in your tummy? Notice in your body where you're feeling all that guilt. And now start to tap it away. So, again, you don't have to say the same thing every time. I'm ready to let all that guilt go now. I'm just ready to let it go. I did what I did out of love. Under the eye. I made the best decision I could at the time. Collarbone. Just let all that guilt go. Just disappear. Back to the top again. Just let that guilt disappear. It's not helpful and not useful, and I can just let it go. Side of your eye. Just let all those guilty, horrible feelings I've been feeling go. Under the eye. Get rid of it now. I'm ready to release it. Release all those feelings of guilt now. Those feelings of guilt can just go. They can just get lost. Don't need them anymore. Let them go. Release all those feelings of guilt now. Take a deep breath in. Grab your wrist. Peace. And notice what you're feeling now. And what you want is to be feeling more and more relief. So of course you're still going to miss your pet if that's what it is that's making you anxious or upset. It's a normal part of grief, and that's not going to just disappear, and you wouldn't want it to. But you don't need to live with all this guilt or anger or whatever it is that you're feeling. You don't need to live with this overwhelming sorrow. Wouldn't it be lovely just to look back and think about all the good times you had with your pet without becoming so upset all the time? So just keep going round. Your third eye spot, side of your eye, under your eye, collarbone, grab your wrist, peace. And notice how much better you're feeling after doing that. And I hope this has helped. If you think it would help somebody else that you know, send it to them. And I'll see you on one of the next videos. Bye for now.